Breaking case update, Nova Scotia missing children. Tonight, we're diving into one of the most chilling and confusing cases in Canadian history right now. The disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan, two young children missing from Nova Scotia since May 2nd, 2025. But the story, it's not just about the two missing children. It's about what happens after they vanished. It's about what didn't happen. Their mother, Malehya Brooks-Murray, left the home the very next day after their disappearance. She didn't go to the news. She didn't organize a search. She didn't beg for help. She took her baby daughter, Meadow, and disappeared. And now CPS has taken custody of Meadow, allegedly. So tonight we ask, why did the mother leave, and why did CPS step in? What really happened inside the home before Lily and Jack disappeared? You're watching Clutch Them Pearls, and this is the court of public opinion. We're now here to speculate, and we're here also to lay out the facts, the red flag, and the inconsistencies. Let's get it started, shall we?
Big rain, come along with me. Together with the truth you'll see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light, Angel! And share the vibe. Touch those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Touch those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Touch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls. We shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Just as hard, and they'll support. Together we will hold the fort. Nearly grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Come along.
Well, hello, 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 my beautiful pearls. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is June 14th, 2025. It is currently 7:37 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. Really do appreciate you all so much for joining me. Today, we are talking about Lily and Jack Sullivan out of Nova Scotia, Canada. And there is quite a bit to talk about. I've been digging on and off all night and all day, and we've got certainly a lot to talk about. I did learn some things today, and I hope we can hopefully clear some of this stuff up as well, because there's a lot of misinformation in this case, and we're just trying to clear it up as best as we can. So before we get started, if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate that. It helps get the word out there and spreads it out to everybody. People need to see Lily and Jack Sullivan's face. It's kind of sad, in my opinion, whenever biological mother is not advocating, biological father is not advocating, and the stepdad, I give Daniel the credit, because even though I think there's some suspicious things, at least he's the only one speaking about them at all. So there's that. Now, if you also don't mind sharing this out on your social media, I guarantee you there's at least one person on your social media that has not heard of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Guaranteed. So, yeah, I know, Andrea. I know, it's crazy. I know, Patty. We're going to do a special tomorrow on Summer Wells as well. Also, if you want to become a member, we are always trying to grow our community. Really do appreciate you guys joining, or you can consider gifting a member as well. Maybe help out someone who maybe can't become a member. That is always a great way to help and grow our community as well. All right, without further ado, we're going to get started. It's so good to see you, Pearls, in here. I really do appreciate you all joining me. People say she isn't allowed to be part, but this is BS if you ask me. Yeah, JD, we're going to kind of get into some of that. We're going to get into a lot of that actually today in this live. So there's a lot to talk about. First, I just do want to note, I'm not going to cover it, but my prayers are with the lawmakers that were tragically pew-pewed last night in the early morning hours. It doesn't matter what side of any aisle you are on, it is wrong, and it's got to stop. It's got to stop. So prayers go to them, their family, and the community. It's really tragic, to say the very least. Karen, thank you so very much, my friend. Welcome to the Pearl family. Welcome, my dear. Good to see you. May I say, pearls look amazing on you, Miss Karen. Thank you so much, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Good to see you. Hello, Miss Sonia. How you doing, darling? Thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you. I think yesterday was Wendy's birthday, by the way. Thank you so much, my dear. If you received that pearl necklace, please give our beautiful Sonia a big, big thank you, and welcome to the Pearl family, my dear. Today or 2 days ago that they are doing Ram Vance Manhunt against Decker. Yeah, Eileen, I'm following it like really, really, really close. So I'm ready. I'm ready for them to catch Travis Decker. Like, let's get on it. Okay. So Lily and Jack Sullivan out of Nova Scotia, Canada. There's a lot that really hasn't been extraordinarily clear. I kind of always thought that Malaya had little Meadow. I just thought she did leave with Meadow. That is true. She did leave with Meadow, and we're going to get more into that in just a second. But allegedly, after she left, and I'm going to show you the receipts on it. After she left, CPS allegedly took Meadow. And so that seems to be what is going on. And we know that, I'm pulling up my notes here, guys. We know that I think it was May 8th, Daniel went and tried to check on Meadow. He went to the CPS office, and they did not allow him to see. Yes, May 8th, Daniel Meadow was taken to the CPS office by his friend and denied access to see Meadow, indicating CPS had custody over her at the time. But there's more to it. Martell later confirmed that he has not seen Meadow since the investigation began, and that the visits are now going to be supervised through CPS. And that really says volumes, if you ask me, right? Volumes. Because I just thought it was Daniel. I thought, well, why is Daniel the only one not allowed to see Meadow? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But we'll see. Mama Angie says, my understanding is that Meadow is in Cindy's custody, and Malaya can only have the baby if she lives with Cindy. Yeah, well, she does not have any legal right at this moment over Meadow. Neither does Daniel. And, I've seen cases throughout the years where there are times when a child goes missing, if there's other siblings in the home, that they are removed. And I've seen times where they are not removed. For instance, Summer Wells' case, the children were removed. They never came back. In Michael Vaughn's case, the children were not removed, right? And Summer Wells' case has not been solved, but in just my opinion, tomorrow she'll be missing 4 years. I believe that we know who is responsible for Summer Wells. In my opinion, have a good idea. And there was a lot going on in that house. And we just have no idea what was going on in that little house. And Green Eyes says it's a homicide investigation, in my opinion. Well, Daniel, we spoke about that yesterday, that Daniel Martell did say that he spoke to the homicide investigator, and they asked him a bunch of questions. Daniel also says he gave them names of who, he might think would be involved. What? That's really shocking. Negligence or addiction could play a role, in my opinion, and or both are suspects, allegedly. In my opinion, I'm speculating. Yep, exactly. So I want to go over, before we get into the nitty-gritty of things, you guys remember the cousin of Daniel's who spoke on TikTok. I want to go over a little bit of that again so we can get a reference before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, because it kind of, in my opinion, sets the tone. You know, she says in this recording, this panel that she was on, whenever the children had just went missing not long, and she said, "Do you want me to, take Meadow and see if, you can go look for the kids?" And she said, "No, no." And that's always stuck with me. That's always stuck with me. And I've heard people say, well, maybe she didn't want to let go of Meadow because she was afraid she would, lose Meadow. And I'm like, well, Meadow's not going to walk up and leave. I mean, she's 16 months old now. She can walk, but that's probably unlikely to happen while a bunch of RCMP investigators are there, right? Amelia's father has an interest. Really? Fun to ski. Who was going to keep Meadow? Allegedly, the Daniel's cousin. Because they were like just starting to search for Jack and Lily. She's like, "I'll watch Meadow if you want to go help Daniel and do all of this." No, crickets, crickets. What's the one thing that we see out of so many of these cases that are, in my opinion, suspicious with the parents? They generally don't search. Generally don't search. Right? No reason she would not look for babies. That's what I would think. That's what I would think. So without further ado, let's get started on this because we have so much ground to cover tonight. Guys, please hit that thumbs up button. If we get to 1,000 thumbs up during this live stream, we have a chicken party. And I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss thy chicken party, okay? Because it is amazing. It is amazing. All right, my camera's too close. 2 seconds. Still a little close, but oh well. A lot of strangeness. A lot of strangeness. Here we go. Maybe. Perhaps. Let me refresh it. It might work. The wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead. What happened to it, man? Or we'll do it like this. I'll put it in a new browser and see if that'll work. We'll see if that'll work like that. Okay, here we go. We got it to work over here. I guess that browser's timed itself out. Let's roll.
Go ahead.
Did mom ever hey, I just find it so odd. You would think, did any of them ever make the statement that they wanted to look for the children, or did she make a fuss saying I don't want to leave until I find my kids?
No.
Or... Really?
No. So that's what I stated as well. Because when I got there, I said, "Do you want me to stay with the baby? You can go look." She goes, "I'm going to stay with the baby." Okay, said whatever. So I went looking. So that was the next thing, was when when she was told that the baby had to leave the residence. She's exactly told she did not have to leave the residence. They just wanted the baby off the residence.
She did not have to leave so she's saying that according to Daniel's cousin, she, meaning Meadow, had to be out of there. right? Malaya did not have to leave, right? Now, legally, CPS will not say, to an adult, you got to go. What they will do is they'll give you the option. For instance, like if what they call the alleged perpetrator in a lot of cases, they have to either leave or they'll take the child, right? One or the other. This is very, very interesting because from the moment that Lily and Jack went missing, CPS knew that 2 kids just don't go missing. They just don't go missing like this. It's not how things work. It's just not. And especially finding nothing. Was there a rumor that CPS had been there before? There has been rumors, but there's a lot of rumors. Lots of rumors. You know what I mean?
From away from the residents. That's like, this whole scenario isn't something a kid should be a part of. So the baby was going to come to my house. So she's never been apart from the baby. Never. Like, she's Meadow. So
now the way Daniel made it sound in, I don't know, few weeks ago, is that Malaya was really attached to Meadow and not as attached or not as maybe affectionate to Lily and Jack. That is the way Daniel was making it sound. Why is that? I could not tell you. I don't even know if that's true, but that's what Daniel was talking about, right? Is this Daniel's cousin talking? I don't trust her word. Daniel is very manipulative. This is Daniel's cousin. I do believe her on most of this, in my opinion. I do, personally.
I said, you're more than welcome to come too. If not, I am comfortable. I have 3 kids of my own. Like Malaya, I can take care of this kid. Like, I can take care of the baby, no problem. So first the baby, it was just going to be the baby. And then she decided she was going to come with me. So, but then something changed and we were at the briefing. Her mother said something to her. And then I had to take everything out of my car and put it in her mother's car. And like I said, she had this whole plan. Like, she was going to drive her car into my house.
Mm-hmm.
And she was going to, and then the plan changed. Oh, I'm going to take the car to my mother's. Like, I'm going with my mother. Well, she didn't even come back for the car. Like, the search and rescue had her car towed to wherever she was.
I don't think they had her car towed to wherever she was, in my opinion. I think they were checking her car, right? In my opinion. Like, I think they were checking her car. That's just my opinion, right? Maybe taking it in for forensics. And they would have checked it. Bingo, Mama Angie. Yep. Bingo.
Because they left the car.
I don't think she knew who towed it, to be honest with you.
That's how much of a hurry that was to leave. Malaya stayed at they stayed at the residence Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And just out of curiosity, because I think you said something and I wasn't quite sure I understood. When did Malaya's mother arrive at the house?
So she arrived Friday.
I'm sure that they would have had a warrant. Now they can search it if you allow them, but I'm sure they'll get a warrant.
She was there before I got there on Friday when they went missing. I'm not sure the exact time. We all tried to figure that out. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did Malaya's mother stay overnight there?
Daniel's
I am
cousin.
unsure, but she was there in the morning when I got back. when I came back. So she could have stayed the night. I am, like I said, I am unsure because I didn't stay at the residence that night. I went home. And Daniel did pass the lie detector test.
So what was
Now, I think I don't think there's any way for her to know that. I don't think there's any way for her to know that there is a lie detector test that has been passed or not at all. I think she believes her cousin, and she has every right to believe her cousin, but I don't think she would know that, respectfully.
what was Daniel's relationship like with Malaya's mom?
From what I understand, Malaya's relationship with her mother was never great. She didn't want to live with her mother. So Daniel's poison is, from what I understand, poison. Like he always said, and he said this in his interviews over and over again, is every time Malaya got ahead in life, her mother pulled her back. So we'll just go with that.
Me too, Eileen.
I just find it strange how
What I find strange is Malaya in like in Facebook posts and all that for a long time, she is really talking down to her mother in the past, right? Now she is attached to her at the hip. And I don't understand that, because she said her mom wasn't a nice person. That's what Malaya publicly said. Yes, Patty, any private property that's yours, they need a warrant. Well, and you can give them permission, but they would still do a warrant. Right. Don't talk down to mama. Tisk tisk. Exactly.
the grandmother would convince her daughter to leave
the residence.
instead of staying with her to look for these babies.
That woman has never shed a tear the whole time she was there. My dad even stated that. He goes, I cried. Like my father cried and cried and cried. This is a 55-year-old man. And he cried for those children. And that grandmother didn't shed a tear.
Now, I know you can't speak on Daniel's behalf, but what does he really truly believe happened to these kids?
That's something that he has stated all along, that it's something that has to come from him. Honestly, he believes they were, I think he believes that they were picked up by now.
Picked up by now. Do you know how many people are in Lansdowne Station? Do you know how many people there are? About 100. And most of them are family. Like, there's nobody out there. There is nobody out there. There's 100 people, right? And 7 of them are on that property. 6 or 7. No, didn't happen. Picked up by who? That's the question, right? That's the question. Who's picking up these kids? Yes, Pebbles, it is, honey. Thank you so much, Karen. Good to see you live. Really do appreciate you. Thank you, my love. Really do appreciate the support, Miss Karen. Hope you are well, my love. Thank you so much. If you received one of those, make sure you give our beloved Karen a big, big, big thank you. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. We are just, how many? 9 away from our goal. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. The dog didn't pick up a scent for kids for sure. No. Wasn't there someone at the closed park not far from the home? That was ruled out. Completely ruled out. Yeah. Completely ruled out. So it's not that. there's only 100 people in Lansdowne.
that they were abducted because
Okay.
there's no sign of them in the woods. He doesn't believe they're in the woods.
So he really
That's interesting. He doesn't believe they're in the woods. He doesn't believe they're in the woods. I don't believe they're in those part of the woods, right? I don't believe that, but I do believe they are somewhere. Not crazy far away, but I do think they're out there. Right? I think they're out there. Apparently, Daniel has admitted to the police that there were other adults at the trailer that night. Karen, where did you hear that? I would have to see a receipt on that. And that's the area of Lansdowne Station, Gairloch Road, Montreal. Road that is not just the one area around the road. Right, Ken. In my opinion, Daniel is talking to Malaya through the interview, sending his warnings. I don't know, but it's
doesn't
weird,
believe that mom had
and it's
anything to
just
do
getting
with it.
stranger, a lot stranger.
That's something I don't know
my
because,
God.
like, you always have
Laura,
your
good
line
to
of doubt,
see
right?
you.
Like, you always have your theories and your saying, so I can't speak on his behalf on that. Like,
Yeah, I
whatever he thinks.
understand. I just know that they both used each other as an alibi and in the morning in regards to the situation.
Absolutely. And no, I don't believe he believed or believes that Malaya had anything to do with the children missing.
A question that I have.
I don't think that she's going to blame Daniel, and I don't think Daniel's going to blame her. That's my opinion, though, because I think they both have knowledge of where they are. Like, I live in a small town and I'm private, but somehow everyone knows my business. It's annoying to living in a small town. Daphne's case, that is so true. And Miranda Lambert sings a song, "Everybody Dies Famous in a Small Town."
Did Malaya have, or do you know if Malaya had her own cell phone?
Yes, she has her own cell phone. I've called her on it.
Listen to
Okay.
this.
And Daniel has his own cell phone.
Absolutely, but they're a very open couple.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I was just curious.
I see that. Did you think Malaya met somebody else type deal?
Oh, no, that's
Wow.
not where I was going with this. No. No, I was actually thinking back to when Daniel had said that he had gone out looking for the children and that he had offered up his phone to the police to check the GPS and, all that sort of thing, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, they do have separate cell phones.
Sharing.
Okay. All right.
And the cops even gave Daniel a cell phone while they took Daniel's cell phone. So, like, yeah,
Right.
no.
Okay.
I don't know, like I said, like whatever she has
You might
offered
like
up
Edgar
or
and
whatever she
KK.
has done, if she had a lie detector test or whatever she has done, I can't speak on her behalf anymore because I haven't seen her since literally that Saturday, but I haven't spoken to her since that Sunday. So,
So did it come as a shock to Daniel that she actually up and left him?
yes, 100%. Like because one moment there was an altercation at the end of the driveway, which was me and one of Malaya's family members screaming at each other. And the cops were called down. So when the cops came down, they took Malaya aside. They took my mother aside because my mother said she was part of the altercation, which she was. I was as well. And my aunt.
So if there's like an altercation going on and Malaya's mom is blaming Daniel, right? So this is what it just does not make sense to me that Malaya and Daniel say they were in the bed, right, together when Lily came in and poked her head in or went in the room, and yet allegedly Malaya's family doesn't believe Daniel. Sativa, where have you been? I was thinking about you. Where you been? Good to see you. That tells me, in my opinion, that they believe so you have family members that you would be like, oh God, no, they would never lie. Right. They would never lie to me. And then you have family members, you're like, I'm not believing a damn word they say. Right? It depends. It depends who they are. Because maybe they've lied to you before, or they've lied to other family members. And so for just off the bat of Malaya's family blaming Daniel, that tells me, in my opinion, that there was volatility in that home. Big time, big time. Right? Has anyone ever really looked into the neighbor that was LE in Davidson County in Sebastian case? Could CP and him? Do you mean the one across the street, locked and loaded? Yes, I have. So 3 females in altercation with Malaya's mother. Sorry, but I would take my remaining child to my family too. I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, I would take my remaining child to my mother's too. But if I knew that me and, your boyfriend weren't involved whatsoever, right? Like, you was in bed together all night, then I wouldn't be running. You know what I mean? Justin, did you catch the cell phone thing? Cops took Daniel's cell phone, but not Malaya's. Let me back that up.
They took Daniel's cell phone, so yeah,
Right.
no.
Okay.
I don't.
They took Daniel's cell phone, but I mean they would have to take hers as well. They would have to, I mean, they would have to take hers as well. Now, one thing that I find interesting is, again, if it's true, if Malaya used Daniel's phone that morning to get in contact with the school, that's interesting.
No, like I said, like whatever she has offered up or whatever she has done, if she had a lie detector test or whatever she has done, I can't speak on her behalf anymore because I haven't seen her since literally that Saturday, but I haven't spoken to her since that Sunday.
So did it come as a shock to Daniel that she actually up and left him?
Yes, 100%. Because one moment there was an altercation at the end of the driveway, which was me and one of Malaya's family members screaming at each other. And the cops were called down. So when the cops came down, they took Malaya aside. They took my mother aside because my mother said she was part of the altercation, which she was. I was as well. And my aunt. We all got spoken to by the police. Malaya literally told the police officer right then and there, like, this is the happiest I've ever been. I feel the safest when I'm with here. Like, even when she left, Officer Mason was dead shocked, as was Daniel, that she actually left. because she told the officer that it was the safest she's ever been.
I don't get that. I don't get that. You know what I mean? Like, he will not talk bad about Malaya. Really, Willie. Like, I mean, he'll say, like, you know, it's sad that I'm the only one out here speaking to, you know, about Jack and Lily. But he won't say, you know, he'll say one thing that was very interesting what he said is when he was discussing leave Malaya alone because she'll just take it out on the kid. I think there was an accident or somebody snapped in that house. Passive aggressive. Yeah. They need a judicial warrant for that stuff, and now they have it. I would hope they had it before then. Wouldn't you think? Had phone that the police gave her to replace the phone they took. I know Daniel did.
So
Was that before
when
or after her mother got there?
that was before her mother got to her.
And I just want to clarify, when you're saying that,
Okay.
she was saying that this is the safest she's ever felt, meaning in your company and your family's company.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
So to know that he got home to go contact her, that he was blocked and deleted, was a complete and utter shock.
How old is Malaya?
Exactly.
Malaya is,
I don't know. Like, I still think there has to be something. Like, are they really not speaking? Right? Who's on first? Justin, can you lay out the parents' version of the timeline so far? I'm so confused. Love you, brother. Of course. Yeah. Yep. As soon as we do this, I'll lay it out for you there. Absolutely.
27, I believe.
And Daniel's 30.
32, I believe.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to mention something. There's 211 people in the room.
Jesus.
Could we get people to tap, please, and just boost the channel? It really, really, really helps the channel a lot. So if you're sitting here watching and you're enjoying the content, please support the channel.
Yes, tap away.
Oh, and I described Daniel and Malaya's relationship great, to be totally honest. Like, for every time I've been around and been there, they've completely got
She
along.
got an emergency
So-
protective order. That is no contact. Yet there would be no contact. There would be no contact.
I don't know. Every relationship has issues, but I've never. I described their relationship as great. Like, they became very close. They had a child together. He raises their kids. She helped raise his other kid. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I didn't see any issues.
And has Daniel had the opportunity, since this has happened, to visit Meadow?
No.
So who's preventing him from? Is it Malaya that's preventing him from doing that?
From what I understand, it's Children's Aid.
There you go. Hold on. How did she say that? Wait a second. 8:49.
Enjoying the content, please support the channel.
Yes, tap away.
Oh, and I described Daniel and Malaya's relationship great, to be totally honest. Like, for every time I've been around and been there, they've completely got along. So I don't know. Every relationship has issues, but I've never. I described their relationship as great. Like, they became very close. They had a child together. He raises their kids. She helped raise his other kid. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I I didn't see any issues.
And has Daniel had the opportunity since this has happened to visit Meadow?
No.
So who's preventing them from? Is it Malaya that's preventing them from doing that?
From what I understand, it's Children's Aid.
Sorry, from what you understand, it's who?
Children's Aid.
Why would Children's Aid withhold access to his child?
I'm not sure. And this is the type of
Well, there's a
situation that
reason.
I've never been in.
Well, we're going to get into that part.
Like he even, I mean,
And he has proved himself over and over again. So an
I think you're
CPS issue with this is kind of not.
Listen, Children's Aid, CPS, DHS, whatever it is called in your area, they don't just take your children out because they take your children out. That's not how it works. That's not how any of it works. I live on a reservation in Oregon. I'm not Native American, but tribal law, I know a fact here is different and outside. Ellie has no say. Yeah. I heard she has a temper and hit Daniel in past, but I think they are both very toxic with each other. In my opinion, I think they're both just very toxic with each other.
My spot to say. So what goes on there? But no, from what I understand, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about it, is I believe it is CPS that is doing this right now.
So is it
Like, I'm
Malaya or is
surprised
it
that
Malaya's mom that has access to the little one right now?
The baby, Meadow is in custody of her mother. Like
Okay.
Malaya has custody of Meadow at the moment.
I don't understand why they wouldn't allow Daniel access.
I don't understand why, if this
then-
is a
And
case.
Malaya has the baby.
unless
Exactly.
he made allegations of domestic abuse. But even then, it would have to go to family court, and he should be allowed at a minimal right now supervised access with his children.
Absolutely, and we've been going through all that. But as of right now, we're working on that. So that's something I don't really want to discuss, is like his doings with the children at the moment.
Right. And that's fair enough.
Absolutely.
And I don't believe she's met anybody else. Like I said she felt the safest in everything there. So everybody's saying that maybe she met somebody new. I don't believe that. Her and Daniel were great. So I can't.
Oh yes.
So
because I'm gonna
just
show
your
you.
gut
I'm gonna show you the
instinct. What do you
receipts in a
think?
minute.
Or if you're not comfortable, that's fine. I mean, what is your gut instinct? What's going on with Malaya? Why is she doing all of this?
I believe her mother's kind of manipulative.
Mm-mm.
From what I've seen of her.
There is, listen. I know Malaya has had trouble with her mother in the past, right? I get it. Kumbaya, all of that. But listen, these are Malaya's mother's grandkids, right? Why would Malaya's mother, why would the grandmother, not want her daughter helping, search or being proactive, doing interviews? Like I always say in true crime, people who have nothing to hide nothing. I don't buy that. I don't buy it. No. Her mom told your good friend what? Yeah, protecting her from what? What does she need protection from? Her kids need protection. Right? She's a grown ass woman. She is a mother. How about getting up off your butt and looking doing some interviews, showing your face, showing like you give a damn about your missing children who are going on 2 months missing. Oh, they're not locked and loaded. There's no way. Malaya's. I don't buy it. Don't buy it.
Why would the mom want to do this?
I don't know, but
Because they're
from what
toxic.
I understand, what I've met of the mother, I've been Daniel and her have been together 3 years. This is the first time I have ever met the mother, and like I said, and you know when you get vibes from people, you know.
Word to the mother.
Even when I was putting my phone number in Malaya's phone for her, when she was leaving, her mother seemed like I was doing something wrong. Like she was like, "What are you doing with Malaya's phone? Like, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm giving her my number so she has me to call. Like I'm a safe place." Like you,
Right.
why are you being so nosy on what I'm doing to your daughter's phone? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like why? But when I did try to call Malaya afterwards, like on that Sunday, to check on Meadow and to check on her, she answered. And as soon as she answered, what I got was, I said, "How is Meadow?" She goes, "Meadow is fine." And then I hear in the background, "Who are you talking to? Hang that phone up." So
She's very toxic.
Sounds like she's
Yeah.
protecting
Yes.
Malaya.
So then when I called back the next time, because I'm very persistent, I'm going to call the next day, my number was blocked. So, you know, little trick on your phone, if you're blocked, you can private your number and it will still go through. So I did call, but I didn't say anything because I wanted to see who would answer the phone. Her mother answered the phone and she went Malaya's phone. So I did not talk and I just hung up the phone because I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere. You're a 27-year-old girl and your mother has custody of your phone. I think there's an issue there.
Well, don't worry about the custody of the phone. Worry about the custody of the kids. Worry about the custody of the kids. Maybe, perhaps, allegedly. Maybe that. It's not about Malaya. It's not about Daniel. It's not about mom, Malaya's mom. Malaya said that her mom kicks horses. She's not a good person. That's her words. Now, she might have been mad at the time she said that or whatever, but she never took it down, number one. And number two, if she's not a good person, why are you there, Malaya? If she kicks animals, why are you there, Malaya? Right? Could her people be in the defense of their own? Like family members? Sure.
Interesting.
She seems very toxic to me, and like I said, yes, very controlling, and that's how Daniel has described her to me because
Yeah.
I've asked about her.
Yeah.
Jack, it's time to go to bed, baby.
Okie doke.
No,
You hear that little baby?
it's time to go to bed, baby.
Okie doke.
That 3-hour late nap was not a great idea. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, yeah. So if there's not anything else, I'm going to try to get this little creature to go to bed. But yeah, I kind of hope that I helped squash some.
You know, Logan, I want to thank you again so much for trusting this channel. I understand that you haven't
Very good
ever
point.
spoken out. You have not.
Very, 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 very good point, R. Taylor. And I've never thought of it that way. The mother called at 6 a.m., called, text, an app, an email. I've heard it all. Carrier pigeon, Morse code, whatever, at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? 6:15. Something to report the kids wouldn't be at school, but took until 10 mother chicken A mother chicken M to report them missing, and then said the kids were missing at 8 a.m. But you call the school police. I think you mean police. Yes. How you doing, R. Taylor? Bam. Yes. That is right. That is right. You wake up especially early on the morning your kids allegedly go missing. Report that, right? You last hear them at 8 a.m. and you don't report them till almost 10 a.m. What? No way. Not gonna work. Not gonna work for me. I don't know about you, but it ain't gonna work for me. Wait a mother chicken minute. How you doing, Miss Sherry? That's right. It took nearly 2 hours to report the kids missing. But you wake up the ass crack of dawn to say the kids aren't going to be at school. Yeah. In my opinion, that tells me, just my opinion, that tells me that I believe whatever happened to those kids happened Thursday evening, Thursday night. Thursday evening, Thursday night. Because, like I said yesterday, I want to know what time she called, text, did an app, a carrier pigeon, or Morse code her school on Thursday. What time did you call Malaya on Thursday? The school, and said they're not going to be there. Right. They're not going to be there. What time did you call Thursday? Because if it wasn't at 6:15 or around about there, baby. Nope. Not going to work, Malaya. And Mrs. Malaya's mom, if you're not asking your daughter these questions, why? Like, I understand she's your daughter, but these are your grandbabies, right? Malaya is a mother. She is a grown adult. How about let's stick up for the ones who can't fend for themselves, like a 4 and a 6-year-old? How about we do that? This is crazy, y'all. It feels like, this is just my opinion, it feels like they are just out to save their own ass right now. That's how I feel, to be quite honest with you. Let's get as far away as we can from each other and let's save our own ass. You think so, Dirty Diana? You think so? Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, baby. Good to see you, my love. Really. My love. Big scared of jail time, in my opinion. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Miss Shannon. Good to see you, babies. Hope you are well. And thank you so much for being a member as well, Miss Shannon. Good to see you, my love. Can someone please unhide Sherry Lynn? Sherry Lynn? Why is Sherry Lynn hid? Sherry Lynn, text me your link to your profile right now, and I'll make sure you're not hidden. Why was it an accident? I hope that's an accident, Miss Sherry Lynn. But right now, you blocking Sherry Lynn. Ms. Mom? Yeah. Yeah. I think they're just placing blame off on each other behind the scenes and trying to save their own self. Because whatever happened, in my opinion, they know better. They know better. Who's on first? Thank you so much, my dear. This is what I'm getting at. Are they saying that she used his phone to call the police while he was driving to the culverts? He didn't bring his phone, ? We don't really know about that. We don't really know about that. So the morning at 6:15, it is alleged, just keep that in mind, that Malaya used Daniel's phone to report the kids missing, right? The morning the kids go missing, Daniel says he and Malaya and Meadow were in bed. And this was about just before 8 a.m., 7:30, 7:40 a.m. And he says that Lily keeps coming backward and forward in their room. Sometimes they say their head is sticking in the room. Sometimes they say they kept coming in the room, but they didn't want Lily to wake up. So they told her to go back out in the room and play. And then Malaya is conveniently, allegedly, according to her, going in and out, dozing off, sleeping, coming back, dozing off, sleeping, coming back, which I don't know how many times people doze off in and out of sleep in 20 minutes unless they're on something. I don't know, but that just seems a little weird. And then I guess suddenly Malaya would had to wake up, right? Come out of her dozing and say, Daniel, do you hear the kids? Daniel says, no. And they both jump up. Both jump out of bed. And they start looking for Lily and Jack. And they're not in the house. And they're not outside. And Daniel says, I immediately get in my vehicle, and I go up all these dirt roads, and I go into all of these culverts, and I go, up to water to my waist, searching for them. Mind you, they have only been missing about 20 minutes, according to Daniel and Malaya at this point. Now, if you had a 4 and a 6-year-old that's been missing 20 minutes, are you going to get in your car and start hitting the dirt roads? Probably not. Probably not, right? I mean, missing 20 minutes, a 4 and a 6-year-old? No. Right? Another thing Daniel says, and I've shown it before, if you go back in my playlist of Lily and Jack Sullivan, Daniel says, and it's quoted in some articles, that when he got back, the RCMP was already at the house. In other times, he says that he got back to the house and they waited for the RCMP. Now remember, the kids go missing about 8 a.m. RCMP is not called until about 9:45, 9:50 that morning. We're talking almost 2 hours. Another story, Daniel says, is that he, they told Lily to go out of the room. She heard Lily playing in the other room. He heard Jack in the kitchen. And a little bit later, nothing. Another story that he says is he heard, yes, heard the sliding glass door. And that a little bit later, just a few minutes later, he got up and immediately started looking for, they got up and started immediately looking. That's crazy. It's crazy. Insanity. So we don't know if there was a phone brought while he was looking up these culverts and dirt roads, and to spend nearly 2 hours and not asking for help, not calling 911. Another thing, this is another thing I just thought of. Daniel, tell me, did you go to your neighbors on each side of you, Malaya? You didn't. I know that because you didn't go anywhere. But Daniel, did you go to each side of your neighbors and say, did you see Lily or Jack? I think that's a very important thing. Because before I would start hitting dirt roads, I would start hitting my neighbors. Right? Your neighbors are going to see them before a dirt road. No, the phone wasn't brought with him. He left it at home for Malaya to use to call the school. So no. No, if she called at 6:15, where did you hear that, Ken? Because if he said that somewhere, that's a problem. Because if Malaya calls at 6:15 the school or whatever, Daniel should be at home in bed at 6:15. Or is that your opinion, Kent? Just let me know. Was Daniel wet or covered in mud when he's been out? when he's been out looking for them. I also said he's using ATV or jumped into car. ATV was very clean at the time, Laura. It was very clean. Yeah, the neighbors know if they're parting. Justin, just my opinion, he didn't hit the dirt road searching. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah. Yeah. Because 6:15, Malaya is supposedly called or whatever the school. Those kids, in my opinion, Lily and Jack Sullivan from Nova Scotia, went missing Thursday evening, the Thursday night. I think whatever was going on, I think there has been a very turbulent patch in Daniel's and Malaya's relationship, and one of them got mad that night. And then something happened. They both freaked out, did whatever they did in this hypothesis. And then I think there was fighting, that evening or the next day. And that's when she left. Something was going on in that house that we don't know about. Right. Daniel was the only one that left the house that morning. Well, may have been, Lily or Jack, but
Not spoken
not
to the
that I'm aware
media.
of.
I won't speak to
And
the
again-
media. I've been contacted daily.
Well, again, I just want to thank you so much. I really, really appreciate and the trust that you have in me, in the channel, in our mods, and you are very welcome back anytime.
Thank you. Like I said,
Okay. All right. So let's do a little talk. Oops, hold on one second. Let's do a little talking about this right here. So okay, let me find it. According to multiple reports, 16-month-old, would I just say 1-year-old? We'll just say 1-year-old. 16-month-old, 1-year-old, whatever. Meadow, the young sister to Lily and Jack, was placed into a temporary care of Children's Protective Services following the disappearance. Here's what we know. On May 8th, stepfather Daniel Martell was taken into the CPS office and denied access to see Meadow, indicating CPS had custody over her at the time. Martell later confirmed that he lost custody of Meadow and has not seen her since the investigation began. Visits are now supervised through CPS, per Daniel. The children's mother, Malaya, left the home with the baby and moved in with her mother in Wentworth, not because CPS took Meadow directly, but likely because perhaps keeping them together was deemed perhaps necessary. But let me show you where we're talking about this. There is a timeline here. This is a really good website. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, here we go. Let's see here. I think it's May 8th. Martell says, quote, as of now, I can't be around Meadow. With the kids going missing, Children Protective Services wants to keep a tight leash on everything. So he says it. He says it right there. Because the kids are missing. I mean, it might be more than that. It might be more than that, right? Thank you so much, Miss Holly. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. How you doing, Miss Holly? But I don't know if they will get Meadow back. Yeah, if they don't figure out what happened to Lily and Jack. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there was this mother. It was this case that I was watching one time, and she kept having baby after baby after baby. And they were all the baby. They thought the baby, her first baby. Well, no, she had 3 babies. And then they were like different ages. And she thought one died of SIDS. They thought she died of SIDS. Then she has another baby. And then like a few months after that baby being born, they died of SIDS. She has another one, third one. Ooh, what did I do? Third baby dies of SIDS. And they thought, is this a gene or something? Like, is there something going on? She was unaliving them. Remember that woman? Yep. Does M Father have a beard? I have no idea. According to Daniel's interview with, it sounded like he has no visitation for his other 2 children. Oh, listen. If there is he's not going to be able to be around any of his kids at all right now. At all. Right? So there was 5 people in that trailer. Right? There was 5 people in that trailer. And now 2 children are missing. The other one is in state custody. And Daniel and Malaya are broken up. It's not right. Not right. Something's not, it doesn't add up. Right? So, according to Daniel Martell's interview, his friend drove Martell to the CPS office in Celeron, is that how you pronounce it? Where he requested to see his 16-month-old daughter, Meadow. His request was denied. You don't just get to go and say, hey, I want to see my kid when you feel like it. That's not how it works. they are basically saying that they, for whatever reason, don't trust they don't trust Malaya or Daniel to be alone with Meadow. I wonder, and that's the thing, we don't know if there was any other CPS in the past, right? We have no idea. No idea whatsoever. Well, that says a hell of, yeah, it does. But if there was, that may give us, more insight if we knew. Or what if there, and I'm not saying this happened, but what if there was some type of, mark on, the baby even, perhaps, you never know. Two kids are missing and kid's got an unexplained bruise. You don't know. Also, I wonder about postpartum depression. I also wonder if Malaya perhaps resents the kids for their father, right? Sometimes, she's in a new relationship and she's got a new baby, and like I wonder if she sees her ex when she sees them. I've wondered that as well. Daniel has 2 children from previous. Yep, he sure does. Fun to ski. Maybe passion, maybe darling. I don't know. That's the thing. So, in summary, Meadow is not in Daniel's care, not in Malaya's care. CPS has restricted access and is currently with her mother's side of the family under CPS oversight to keep her safe during the ongoing investigation. And it does say in this article as well, Daniel says he is cooperating with the RCMP in the investigation as well, which has always been interesting to me. All right. This is from, how long ago was it? Daniel describes Lily and Jack as awesome kids, noting that Jack loves bugs and dinosaurs, and Lily, while fond of girly things, often followed her brother's lead. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister. Okay. Malehya Brooks-Murray moved to Daniel Martell's home 2 years ago and is a stay-at-home mom. Daniel works at a local sawmill, but work has slowed down in recent weeks. And he was not at work on Friday. Okay. So he only worked 1 day a week. Some people have seen Malaya with Meadow. Well, it better not be just Malaya and Meadow. Cindy, grandmother, allegedly has Meadow. Right. Good dad, my son to 4 kids, not his bio. Yeah. Yes, she was with her mom as well. Yeah. The mom's got the custody. Well, the guardianship right now. Right? So, I don't know. It's crazy. The last day Lily and Jack Sullivan attends, it's an 18-kilometer bus ride, by the way, guys. 18-kilometer bus ride. Malehya Brooks-Murray was the one to call 911 to report Lily and Jack missing. RCMP issue a vulnerable missing persons alert in Pictou County and ask for the public to help in locating the children who say they are believed to have wandered off from the home. This is interesting. On May 3rd, when they did that press conference, when Malaya leaves early, right, she goes into the back of an ambulance. And then she leaves with mom. Right? They make good money, actually. What, like working in a sawmill? If it's a sawmill, could be done 1 day a week for work for maintenance. Could be. With Malaya being there, this is making 0 sense, honestly. Yeah. Yeah. But now, hold on. So let me ask y'all a question, you Canadians. If Malaya and Daniel don't have the kids now, will they get any money per month? Right, like that'll be cut off, won't it? That'll be cut off. If you don't got kids. Welfare pays like crap in Nova Scotia. Pays a lot more in Canada, even the lowest parts, than it does in America. America, whew, you don't get nothing. But y'all's taxes are a lot higher too. So there's that. Right. What's the Criminal Justice Department at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette says, quote, it doesn't meet a lot of normal criteria for what we would see in these type of cases. They don't even believe it either, in my opinion, right? All right. 1 second. So why she left, the move wasn't against CPS directly, but rather to provide a more stable environment under CPS supervision, given the high stress situation and ongoing investigation, allegedly. Reports on social media indicate she relocated with her mother, her maternal, or her mother, yeah, together with the baby. So they're all together. Now, Malaya won't get that money either. It'll go to her mom now, right? Is it true? Heard they stopped searching for Jack and Lily. They are not searching for Jack and Lily. I mean, they're investigating, but they're not physically. Thank you, Soldier Girl. Let's see here. Let me find my notes here. So she left the home the day after the search, May 3rd. She moved with her mother in Wentworth. She ended contact with her partner, Daniel, as part of the move. This is not interpretation. It is a factual summary from reputable press releases. So my one second. Why? I don't get it. How long does how long do the investigations go for? The CPS, do you guys do it like in 60 days? Or does it vary? Like usually like the home study plans are like every 60 days or something. I don't understand. In Canada, we get 18 months paid after you have a baby, plus child tax credits. Holy hell. You get paid 18 months after you have a kid? Like everybody? And if they not working, they get lots of dollars for both kids. Come out the 20th. Yeah. We'll only get welfare for a single person now. They only get welfare for. Wow. Here, they're like, listen, I know you just had a kid on your lunch break, but you're late for work. Like, burp the child, cut the cord, and come to work. That's what it is here. And don't expect to get anything else. That's America. She was living with her mom before she met Daniel. Yes. Yeah. They like, it's terrible. It's gotten better in like really big corporations and stuff, but there is still a long ass way to go. Long ass way to go with this. Right? Okay. I cannot find the note I'm looking for. Stepfather Daniel initially said they were all in the bedroom with baby Meadow. He later told police that Lily came into the room multiple times and Jack was out playing in the kitchen before disappearing. His line in the interview, quote, Lily came into the bedroom multiple times. Jack was out playing in the kitchen, and they slid open the black backsliding glass door. As soon as I seen they were gone, immediately jumped in the car. There we go. This is what I was looking for. Right? Hold on. She departs with her mother, and Mr. Martell has not seen her since she cut some of contact. Mr. Martell speaks to the Globe and the Daily Mail about what happened on the morning the children went missing. Quote, Lily came into the room multiple times. I seen her that morning, and Jack was out playing in the kitchen, I'm guessing, and they slid open the black sliding glass door. It's almost like a silent to hear it sliding. They slid it open. Their boots were right beside the door, and they proceeded to, I'm guessing, playing outside. They must have got out through the back fence and then they were gone. As soon as I seen they were gone, immediately jumped into the car and did all the dirt roads, all the culverts, checked over the rivers and streams. As soon as I got home, 10 minutes later, I headed out on foot. That's a quote. That's bad. That's bad. That's a fucking quote. I don't believe that law enforcement door was shut. No. That's bad. I didn't know it was that detailed with that. That's bad, y'all. Quote. Let me find it again. Quote, Lily came into the room multiple times. I seen her that morning and Jack was out playing in the kitchen. I'm guessing. You're guessing? And they slid the back sliding door. It's almost like silent to hear it sliding. They slid it open. The boots were right beside the door, and they proceeded to, I'm guessing, play outside. They've got out through the back fence, and then they were gone. How do you know how they got back out? Sounds like you're making this up. As soon as I seen they were gone, immediately jumped in the car and did all of them, y'all, all the dirt roads and all the culverts, checked over the rivers and streams. As soon as I got home, 10 minutes later, I headed out on foot. So, Daniel, what the fuck is going on here, guys? This is so frustrating. Daniel, how the hell did you go through all the dirt roads, all the culverts, all the streams, and all that? You got so many stories, dude. How you were gone 10 minutes in a car and you were gone an hour and a half on your feet? How is a 4-year-old playing in the kitchen? Wouldn't he be playing in the living room or a bedroom? Exactly.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit. That's what I say. Stop the car to get out and look. Yes. How many freaking streams and how many freaking culverts and dirt roads are you going up? Like, it just gets more ridiculous. That's a damn quote. The closest town is 15 minutes away from them. 15 minutes away. All right. By May 5th, searchers find no signs of the children despite heavily scanning a 4 square kilometer area around their mobile home. A report that a child's boot print is found nearby sparks some focus searching in that area. On May 6th, police take Mr. Martell to the Pictou County District RCMP detachment in the town of Celeron, where he is questioned for 4 hours. He said he was asked to go over the details and the timeline to the minute and draw out maps where he thinks the children could be. Quote, they're easy on me because they know I'm telling the truth about everything, quote, end quote. Oh my God. As long as you weren't in Tennessee and you was in America, they're not easy on you. You got a kid missing, they're not easy. Now, if you live in Tennessee, they are. But let me tell you something. You're going to walk out of there crying, even if you didn't do anything. Even if you didn't do anything. Instead of playing the kitchen, maybe he was getting into something in the kitchen. I keep thinking it happened that morning. Yeah, they start out nice. They start out really nice because they want you to just, oh yeah, I'm your friend, of course. I'm not going to tell anybody. Listen, you can tell me everything. I'm not going to tell anybody. And they'll put their hand on your leg. They'll be like, let it out. Let it out, brother. Let it out. Let it out. I'm like, oh my God. They know how to work it. It's what they get paid for. It's what you got to do to get them to talk. Right? One second here. May 7th in the morning, RCMP arrived at the home and asked Mr. Martell to hand over his phone, which he said he did. When asked about how police are investigating the children's disappearance, Martell's grandmother, Cindy Murray, tells the Globe, quote, we're not discussing anything right now. The police told us not to. The RCMP scaled back the search for Lily and Jack, acknowledging it was unlikely that they are still alive. We're not packing up and we're not giving up, said Staff Sergeant Curtis McKinnon. Now, look at this. Damn. I cannot believe he said that. He says some things sometimes. One second, y'all. Broadcast intrusive alert. That's what they call it. A broadcast intrusive alert. Never seen anything like that. So he's talking about he was putting up the fence Thursday evening. What if it was a kidnapping? It wasn't a kidnapping, in my opinion. Not a kidnapping. Who is Martell? Martell, it's Daniel Martell. That's his last name. He's the mom's boyfriend and also one of her baby daddy. They lived together. Now they don't, but I suggested this, Wayne. Familiar abduction. That's actually my theory, sir. My theory is those kids got into something. I did not think they could do something like that, like get physical. But now I'm really wondering. Because they're telling so many stories now. So many stories. Yeah. Exactly. Or someone lost their patience. I think that's very possible now. I do. Sarah, let me give you something. I'll find it. I'll put it on my community about the entire timeline about this, right? The 13th, the 16th, ground search efforts. I'm trying to look what Daniel's saying here. Because Daniel, he's got some quotes, man. He's really... Oh, I found all of the dispatch, by the way, of 5/2/25. I got all of the dispatch now. All of it. By 6 p.m., the day the kids went missing, that's when they are deploying dogs, drones, and air support. One second, guys. All right. Let's I want to watch Mr. Deception Detective real quick. The rumors were
a big help in the...
If you don't know Deception Detective, well, now you do. Deception Detective, he's also our big DD, Mr. Deception Detective. Who are you cheating on? Are you cheating on me? Is that how we're working it now? If it was Malaya's mom who said they're not talking to press. Yes. Jen, see, he really is. We all love him. We all love Deception Detective. Link will be provided in the description for all of my pearls. For all of my pearls. Deception. I haven't seen. Deception Detective in a few days. Did they search their house for evidence? Oh yeah, they tore it upside down and one the other. Upside down the other. Upside down and the other. Oops, not News Nation. It's Deception Detective. Link is provided in the description. I stayed up so early into the morning. I'm working on a documentary and I need more caffeine, y'all. I need some caffeine today. Oh God, what'd I do? What'd I do? Here we go.
Jack and Lily's stepfather says he was the first to volunteer for a polygraph, hopeful it would help the search. and ease public
Jen.
speculation.
I know it would be a big help in the case and kind of narrow down maybe some of the speculations and just provide more evidence.
Daniel
That's bad. Me too, Andrea. Me too.
Martell says during the polygraph test, he was asked several things, including whether or not he was involved in the disappearance of the children.
This report confirms some of the
Oh
biggest
my
red flags about
gosh.
the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan, which were just
Locked and loaded. Let me tell you something. I would love to get arrested in Washington State. So much, in fact, I may just drive there to get a ticket. Show up Mr. Morrison quickly. Oh, I know he's beautiful. It's beautiful. LJ forever. Thank you so much, my dear. I really love you. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you so much, my dear. Hope you are well, Miss LJ forever. I haven't seen you in a minute, honey. Good to see you.
rumors until now. So in today's video, let's watch it together and break them down. I'm Deception Detective, an attorney trained in statement analysis. This channel exposes lies and manipulation. So if that's your thing, hit subscribe. For exclusives and cool perks, join the channel, link in description. If you've been following my analysis of this case, you know I have mixed feelings about the RCMP's tactical silence. I understand why they do it, but I also understand reality. When official sources don't give out enough information, hoaxers, grifters, and speculators will step up to fill the void. That's why I didn't comment on the things we're about to discuss in this video, because I wanted official confirmation. And now that we have it, there's no reason not to. But first, here's some important background about how Canadian police use the polygraph in criminal investigations.
RCMP won't say if they've identified any persons of interest, suggesting that might compromise the current investigation, but did say they've conducted polygraphs.
The Truth Verification Unit is engaged. There's multiple facets to those investigations, and those experts are examining every question and answer that those individuals.
Andrea, I think we've had this conversation before, haven't we? Listen, you never want to marry a police officer. Oh, I don't want to say you never want to marry, because I think a lot of the older police officers make good husbands or wives, I guess. But I think like 45 and below, don't ever. I'm telling you, don't ever. They do, and they're taught, they're trained not to trust anybody. I mean, they're trained not to trust anybody. That's how the training goes now. Well, in America. I'm sure in Canada, they're good people. Not in America.
Providing, and it could guide the investigation.
What's most significant is the administering of polygraph tests, says CTV's policing expert and former OPP polygraph examiner, Chris Lewis.
You don't do polygraph tests and waste that resource on people that just maybe saw something, heard something, or is a real remote suspect. That's not the way it works. So if they're
Lakeside, I thought you love me.
doing polygraph tests and examinations on people, those are people that they may well suspect have been involved in some way or for whatever reason aren't being honest.
Now that we all have that context, that the RCMP doesn't just give people polygraphs simply because they ask for it, let's watch.
Karen, that's my family. They all come out with banjos. I think I'm at a family reunion.
Watch this new update.
Lily Sullivan and her younger brother Jack were last seen in May, and since then investigators say they've chased down every lead. RCMP confirmed they've spoken with 54 people,
1000%,
conducted polygraph tests, and have received close to 500 tips. But yet, there's still no sign of the siblings. Jack and Lily's stepfather says he was the first to volunteer for a polygraph, hopeful it would help the search and ease public
they certainly
speculation.
are.
I know it would be a big help in the case and kind of narrow down maybe some of the speculations and just provide more evidence.
Daniel Martell says during the polygraph test, he was asked several things, including whether or not he was involved in the disappearance of the children. He says both his cell phone and that of his estranged wife were confiscated and searched by investigators.
There's a lot to unpack here, but if we read between the lines, it seems like the RCMP is treating Daniel as a primary suspect, whether he realizes it or not. Sure, he did volunteer to take a polygraph test, but that doesn't mean the RCMP would indulge him just because he asked, let alone ask him questions like, did you have something to do with your kid's disappearance? As a side note, and this is one of my biggest problems with the polygraph test in general, every polygraph test is voluntary. The process is too involved and too invasive to do unwillingly. Also, the reporter referred to Malehya Brooks-Murray, the mother of Lily and Jack, as estranged from Daniel. And if that's actually what Daniel said, it adds more weight to the rumor that's been circulating online that they're no longer in contact with each other. That said, we have seen this exact journalist misquote Daniel in the past about his polygraph results of all things. And she might actually be doing that again because as far as I know, Daniel and Malaya aren't married, but she referred to Malaya as his estranged wife. I'm actually going to insert that clip because it's such a good demonstration of how important close listening is, and then we'll continue listening to this report because they're about to confirm even bigger, more revealing rumors in this next part.
The stepfather tells me that he's been cooperating with the police, including providing a polygraph test, which he did, and he says he passed.
I do have results, and I don't know if I can share those results, but they...
Yes, cheapskate. That's exactly right. 9:30 and my 20-year-old isn't even home yet, and I'm going to be awake until she gets home. No way I could sleep with my little ones wandering around. 4 and 6, you know what I mean? Hell no. These moms aren't even out there. And Deception Detective is 100% right here, right? They are 100% voluntary, Daniel. These polygraphs, these lie detectors, Edgar as well. You can say 1,000% if you pass or not. Like, it's voluntary. It's just a tool. So, yep, it is. I agree. And there's babies out there that's missing and that people know where they're at. Yeah, Canada has common law after, I think, 2 years. Thank you. It's me, Gian. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Good to see you. You think the whole case is a setup? Pretty much. I do.
They were good in my favor, we'll say that.
Daniel didn't say he passed his polygraph, so I'm not going to assume that he did. Did that reporter break the first rule of statement analysis, inferring something that wasn't?
Yes, being vague. Very good point, Deception Detective. Being vague, right? Let's just say it went in my favor. It's hard for them. It's hard to look someone in the eye when they're over, right in front of you and say, yeah, I passed. Or they'll just say, well, let's just say it went in my favor. They're going to be very vague. Right? Or they're not going to be direct, at least. At the very least. Daniel, people who have nothing to hide nothing. You should have looked at her square in the eye and said, damn right I passed. Damn right I passed. If you really passed. But you only get one shot to make a first impression. And I'm very sorry if this is your first time watching me today because I am exhausted. So, I'm sorry if I made a bad impression.
Actually said.
He says both his cell phone and that of his estranged wife were confiscated and searched by investigators. This and weeks of interviews, there still hasn't been a major break in the case. And for their stepfather, the silence inside the once busy home is deafening.
Going from a family of 7 to just me, I mean, I have nothing but time to just think.
RCMP insists this is still very much an active investigation. They're reviewing surveillance footage and following digital evidence. But the emotional toll has already left its mark on Martell,
Hold on.
including the
I
loss
just
of
now caught that. Listen to that.
I'm to just think.
RCMP insists this is still very much an active investigation. They're reviewing surveillance footage and following digital evidence. But the
I mean, I know that they're looking at digital evidence, but following digital evidence, evidence. They're following digital evidence. On who? Why have the vigil at the RCMP station and not near the home? That's interesting. You don't think he took one? I think he did take one, but I think that he flat ass out failed. Oh, I'm not surprised. Pro.
emotional toll has already left its mark on Martell, including the loss of custody of his daughter, Meadow.
I haven't even got to see my own kids. Not even Meadow yet. But I'm still hopeful. I have supervised visits coming up that are granted by CPS.
The children's stepfather says he's grateful to the investigators and to people who continue to share tips, even if none have yet led to finding Jack and Lily. Until then, over a month later, the family continues to remain hopeful that the children will return home safe.
I'm sure that Deception Deck owners, longtime subscribers, and channel members caught the fact that Daniel said he can't even see his own kids, which is a bizarre thing to say. It makes me wonder if he has some other kids besides Meadow that we don't know about, and makes me wonder what he considers Lily and Jack and just how much distance there is between him and them, because they are.
Deception Detective, if you're watching, he has 2 other kids from a previous relationship.
Or what he was comparing his own kids to. I'm also sure everyone caught the fact that the authorities removed his custody of Meadow and kept her with her mom, which makes me wonder more about Daniel's background and whether some of the glimmers of his true character that I pointed out in my last video in this series are signs of something deep. But the main reason I paused here is because he confirmed for a fact that there were other adults on the property besides him and Malaya when Lily and Jack disappeared, which officially puts him in the pantheon of parents who I consider to be hoaxing about their missing kid, because I've never heard him accuse either of those adults once. If his story that he and Malaya were drifting in and out of sleep when the kids disappeared, how can he be so sure that neither of those adults are responsible? This is a mistake that we see all the time on the channel with parents who I consider to be hoaxers. For instance, the parents of Madeleine McCann never accused their other friends who were at the property at the time of doing anything to Madeleine. How could they know? John Benet Ramsey's parents never questioned each other. They didn't even question their son Burke, who was also in the house at the time and also supposedly sleeping. Jen Soto was somehow able to eliminate her boyfriend and all of her housemates as suspects when her daughter mysteriously vanished. The list goes on and on. Sebastian Rogers, Summer Wells, William Turrell. The only parents who I think are innocent, the parents of Dylan Ealer, had their entire family torn apart because they couldn't stop doubting each other and accusing each other. And that's what happens when you actually don't know what happened. In other words, it's extremely telling that Malaya and Daniel are somehow able to eliminate each other as suspects when they couldn't possibly know that, as well as 2 other adults who were on the property. They display none of the curiosity that innocent parents have when their kid vanishes without a trace, and all the conclusiveness that hoaxers have when they're covering for each other and not trying to stir the hornet's nest by accusing other people who could reveal the skeletons in their closets. Like, comment, and share for more. Check the end card for my entire playlist. Until next time, stay true.
Good video from Deception Detective. Y'all make sure you sub up to Mr. Deception Detective. Deception Detective, you need redo and has to yep. He has Daniel's kids are about the same age as Lily and I mean they're a little older, right? Paul, you're funny. Daniel's brother looked very shady. Okay, question. Because I really haven't done a lot of research on Daniel's brother, but tell me, if Daniel's brother, does he actually live with the mom on the property now, or does he not? The RCMP have stated that several people took polygraphs. Yep, that's right, Kent. So we can see if his other kids, yeah. Hey, VA, I would have been far worse than the other way around. I thought he lived with mama. That's what I thought too, but I've heard that he didn't. A soldier. Daniel's brother does not live there, Mama Angie says. Okay. Okay, Mama Angie, do you know this? He has his own family and home. I heard he was getting a divorce, though. That's true. He does have 2 brothers. I believe he lives on the property down the road. Don't get into what I'm getting here, Justin. Okay. She just leaves like KP. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not worried about that. Thank you, though. I heard he was seeing. Ooh, God. I hope not. Soldier girl. Well, I was just curious because if he was on the property, someone needs the iPhone link, please. Does any of y'all got the iPhone link, guys? Well, that's what I'm saying, Kelly. Like, if he was on the property or lives very close, I would be very, very interested in that, because I would think it depends just kind of what person he is. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all get stuff wrong sometimes. It's listen, it doesn't matter if it's Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC News. We all get stuff wrong sometimes, right? It's the problem I have is when someone is willingly, intentionally putting out something wrong. They'll be more than, if deception detective says something that might be off, he will fix it. Absolutely. He has no problem. Neither do I. If, I have no problem ever correcting myself. I've gotten things wrong in the past. Not above, we're all human first. I think his brother just thinks these two are whacked. Yeah, we're not worried about it, motor oil. It's let her do her thing. Just did somebody drop the link to the iPhone? Did anybody drop that? Okay. Moving along here. I don't know. I guess I'm going to call it there, guys, because I might have to come back again in a little bit. Justin is trying to ruin all hope for me that the parents weren't involved. In the bushes, honey, listen to me. You don't have it. Let me tell you something. The last thing I want, where's the biological dad? Home? I guess with an ankle bracelet on, right? Because he's on probation or something. But the last thing I want to think about is you never want the parents to be involved. You really never want the parents to be involved. You know what I mean? You hear my phone? They all come in at once. Don't say I never get your messages because they all come in at once. It sounds like it's crazy. I don't know why it does that. Okay, I'll drop the iPhone link here. Here it is. Maybe. Oh, guys, look what I found the other day. It's a picture. Let me just send it. So cute. Where the hell is it? All right, I got it. Oh, God, almost. All right, mods, please, one of y'all, two of y'all, save this. Okay, there's the iPhone. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Shannon's got it. But I just sent it to him. No, you're not, Kendall. We don't worry about that stuff over here. I don't care. I'm not here for that stuff. You know what I mean? Look at this. Just the tip. I was somewhere a while back Yes, Eileen. Yep. If I come back, that's what it's going to be on. No, mom is non-native. For those of you that don't get it, I tell you guys to hit the thumbs up, just the tip of your finger. Just get your little tip of your finger and just hit it. Your cuss jar, Justin? No. No. Oh, okay, guys. I've got stuff. I just need to send the merch in. Okay, don't yell. Am I yelling? I didn't know I was yelling. We're going to get it, Kendall. All right, guys. I love you all. I appreciate you. I am exhausted today. I didn't know I was yelling. Sounds dirty. Yeah. It does. I guess that's yelling. But they don't want me to yell just the tip. No, don't leave. I might be back in a little bit. I need to drink some coffee or something. RCMP said about Daniel fixing his fence Thursday night, May 1st. That was interesting. Yes, Orly. It was very, very interesting. I'm digging. I am so digging. Your voice sounds tired. No yelling. Not yelling. Hey, Tara, P.O. Box. Oh my God, I've got to get it. I promise you I will. We live in a small town and everyone knows everyone and everyone's business. Guys, if y'all pray, please pray for Brandy, Neil. Please pray for her. She really needs your prayers. Really needs your prayers. I was in the sun all day today. So there's that. Wendy, she's very ill. She's very, I'm going to cry thinking about it. It's really bad. If this is your yell, then I don't know what talking like sounds like, right, Sherry? She, guys, like she does, Jen. And I'm telling you, if last time I spoke to her last night, but the last time before that, they had straightened some of her medicine out. She was doing really good. And she is so sick. I can't stress to you how sick she is. Her poor liver, man. I don't even think it's working. It's basically right now, if they didn't remove fluid and stuff from her, I don't think she wouldn't make it. She wouldn't live. Like, it's that bad. Physically, if cats had thumbs, she's waiting for a transplant. It's her liver. She's on a transplant. And she's doing everything. She's doing everything she can right now. Like, she is eating so healthy and stuff. But guys, if y'all knew how much some days, you know, and she's just around her family right now, constantly draining fluid, and she passed away. Yeah, Sky Maiden. I don't know. I really don't know how much longer she can take it. I really don't. Thank you, Orly. She does, Kendall, and she is so worried. Right. And like, she has to get some treatments done. I don't know what it is, but she really needs prayers, guys. It's me, Jen. If it went black like that, then go out and come back in. It does that. Oh, Carol, that's how she looks. Yeah, that's how she looks right now. She doesn't have a liver donor right now. Yeah, July coming up. It'll be 4 years for Michael. It's that time of year. Tomorrow, Summer's going to be missing 4 years. And it seems like it's been an eternity, and it also seems like it's been yesterday. It's horrible, Rhonda. It really is. I love you guys so much. I really do appreciate you. I should have probably not went live today. But we got to talk about these kids. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. God bless you all. I might rest up and come back in a little bit. I don't know. I did not sleep. I literally was editing videos till 4:45 this morning and downloading stuff. So good night, everyone. God bless.